and already kind of knew like right off the bat, like this is probably gonna be like a character that's worse than the T virus, like real talk, is that she might as well been a walking T virus, like real talk. Like everywhere she went, somebody got hurt or killed. Black Power motherfucker. All right, everybody, how you guys doing? Hey man, I know it's been a high little minute, but okay, get this, right? You know what video I was supposed to put out, you know, a while ago, right? The Resident Evil Netflix show review, okay? So I got a lot of comments, well, I'm not gonna say a lot of comments, I can't wait to say that, you know what I'm saying? But I got plenty of feedback saying that, yeah, they would like for me to review it. Some feedback said, no, they don't wanna review it. And some said, you know, let the show sink in and everything. So I let the show sink in. But at the same time, I obviously made that be a point because if you guys didn't know, my grandmother recently passed away last month in August, so I took a little break off of making videos. I actually want to make a video and explaining everything on what's going on and all that jazz with you guys, and I'll probably be the next video of anything else. And I also have a horror video actually planned as well. I want to get on with this review. Okay, now Resident Evil fans, this is for you guys. Resident Evil fans for you guys, and if you're not a fan of Resident Evil but you guys want to stay for the review, hey, by all means stay. You already know my reviews are usually all hype and energy. Okay, I'm gonna do my best with this. Okay, now I have a list of things on my phone. I got a lot of stuff. I say a lot of stuff, but you know me, I can probably make, me with my rambles and everything, I probably can make maybe 3 things go on to freaking maybe like a good chunk of change. If you didn't know that, hey, check out my Resident Evil 4 remake review. That was a good like 40-something minutes of me just literally just talking about the game. But anyway, which got actually 1.5K views, by the way. Thank you very much, guys. And I'm excited to know that some of my subscribers are Resident Evil fans. That's awesome. But anyway, so let's get on with it. Okay, so let's go over first the story in a nutshell. And behind me, as you can see, is gonna be the trailer and everything playing behind me and all that stuff like that. You always know that's what we're gonna do. You know, I have a green screen behind here, so we're gonna just make that happen. So my mic is on, we're good to go. So now the story in a nutshell, okay, as you guys see behind me, you know, Umbrella, New Raccoon City, all that stuff like that, right? So if you guys don't know, and I'm pretty sure you guys do because that's why you guys are here, but for those who don't know, Resident Evil is obviously, of course, it started with, you know, the mansion back all the way in the Arklay Mountains. Such and such went to Raccoon City, and now we have what we have now, continuing on. This adaptation is years after the original Raccoon City got demolished, okay? Guys, let me tell you something. That's basically the story in a nutshell. This is all happening after that Raccoon City incident. Umbrella's trying to get their feet out of the water, and then they made a whole new city called New Raccoon City. And I swear, what blows my mind about that, you know, I gotta go down my list. Okay? Like I said, I have a lot to say. But anyway, all right. I love you guys. I miss you guys. Okay, so we're gonna go over some of the characters that are in this game, okay? Okay, well, not game, but you guys know what I mean, right? Okay, so first, we're gonna go over Miss Evelyn, okay? Evelyn Marcus. If you guys don't know, there's actually a character in the game called James Marcus who you actually talk to plenty actually in Resident Evil 0 when you play as Rebecca and Billy, okay? Almost forgot homie's name, and Billy. So James Marcus, he's actually one of the founders along with Oswald E. Spencer, you know, colleague and everything like that, right? So Evelyn Marcus, this is his daughter. For her character, I will say this, okay, for her character being in this timeline, okay, got it. You know, she's an adult now, you know, she's not a kid, okay? The daughter of James Marcus, got it. But I will say, when I first saw this trailer, guys, I really thought, because the trailer, even though the trailer's playing, I can't remember if they said her name in the trailers. I only saw one trailer and like no name was mentioned, none like that, none of that. So I want to say, when it comes to Evelyn, the girl right there that you guys can see on the screen, I really thought that was Excella Guillaume. I think that's how you say her name, from Resident Evil 5. If you guys don't know who that is, that's the girl that Wesker betrayed, you know, later on. I swear to God, she looked like the spitting image of her. I really thought that's who that was at first. I thought that was Excella. I was dead wrong. So I honestly think you don't see her until like maybe the 2nd episode, I think. I could be, guys, I want to let you know, I saw this as soon as it came out and I watched the entire series on through and I haven't seen it since. So right now I'm going off the top of the dome, so bear with me. You guys know my reviews. My reviews aren't the whole stylish reviews that you guys see on a lot of these other channels. It's just me talking, okay? I just want to let you guys know that. So yeah, so you got homegirl Evelyn. I really think, I'm not gonna lie, I liked her character. Ruthless, evil. You would think, you know, she's the daughter of, you know, James Marcus, someone who's just evil AF. You know, we're talking about Umbrella here, right? Don't pull no punches. You already know it. But I swear, and she has that evil look. Not gonna lie, she looks cute. I'll give her that. She's attractive. But man, if I saw her, I'm like, I can already tell like that's not a lady I want to mess with. There's something going on up in here, and I say up in here meaning not like mental. It's just that girl's pure evil. No, she's clear on what she's saying and what she's thinking. No, she's just evil AF. But regardless of that, we all know how that is. So yeah, I think the actress that played her really well. Evelyn, like I said, that little look right there that you guys saw, pure evil. I actually liked her character, not gonna lie. Okay, Billy. Okay, we're gonna go with young Billy and adult Billy. You know, adult Billy, no, I'm sorry, we'll go with young first and we'll go to the adults. My apologies. Young Billy, as you guys saw just there, the actress, very cute young lady, as they did her part really well. And let me actually say this, all the actors did their part really well. I'm not gonna say that. There's one actor I want to talk about in specific, which not just the actor, but the character. Okay, young Billy, you know, in the very beginning of the show, she gets bit by Cerberus, you know, a dog and everything, and then of course it goes through, and you actually start seeing her like, oh god, you know, turn into such and such, you know, and everything like that. So I was like, okay, cool. The actress her character basically, it wasn't too bad, you know, the typical teenager. Actually, they would say that, you know, she was crazy, wants to fight, whatever. Now she's trying to calm down, relax a little bit, such and such, you name it. Kind of like wants to be like basically an introvert, you know, kind of chill, you know, kind of like myself, you know what I'm saying? Not cuckoo though, I'm not crazy. so yeah, so like young Billy, not a bad character, whatever, okay. Adult Billy. Now I'm not gonna lie, I funks with adult Billy heavily. Okay, you're probably not gonna see her on this trailer that's playing in the background, but like I funk with her character so hard is because, mind you, there's gonna be spoilers in this. I'm pretty sure I put that in the description. There's spoilers in this. I'm gonna tell the story and tell it how it is. Adult Billy. So we find out, of course, later on in the show, I'm not gonna lie, I already kind of knew that adult Billy was still alive, and I was like, okay, she's probably, you know, chilling with Umbrella right now. I'm not an idiot. I'm pretty sure every Resident Evil fan that watched the show kind of already predicted what was going on and what was kind of happening throughout and everything, right? So adult Billy, you know, find out she's still alive. She's actually working with Umbrella, such and such, betrays her sister, blah, 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 right? I really liked her character because she embodied Umbrella for me. Ruthless, just pure ruthless, and I love it. You know, she'll trick you. She looked good, but let me be real here. Like, I liked her character. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't pull no punches. There were some punches I'm looking like, okay, you know, Jade, like, okay, I know it's your sister, but like, come on now. We're gonna get more into that as well. But adult Billy, keep it short and simple. I loved her character, okay? I say this, I loved her character more than young Billy. I know young Billy's a teenager, whatever, but like adult Billy look like someone you do not want to mess with, okay? Like, she looks like someone who accepted who she was, accepted her past, and just be like, all right, I'm working with Umbrella. All right, cool, gotcha. Now, all right. No, not this character, Young Jade. I'm gonna say it like this. Love the actress. I like the actors are all attractive. Let's be actors and actors, whatever, are all attractive. We'll go with that. You know, young Jade, she has the attitude of what a young teenager, like the typical teenager. I know, I understand everyone's different. I get it. But when you think of a teenager, I'm thinking rebellious. I'm thinking want to go to the parties. A teenage girl probably want to talk to boys, you know what I'm saying? Not every teenager's like that. I know, like, I was a teenage boy at one point. Of course I wasn't like that, you know. I didn't care for the parties and all like that. I tried to talk to plenty of girls, didn't work out at all, period. I only had one girlfriend ever in my life, so didn't work out at all. But at the same time, I was looking, so, you know, but I just didn't go to parties and nothing like that, right? So she, you know, rebellious, all that stuff like that. But I will say this, I love young Jade as a character. Tough, fearless, you name it. I legit liked her character. Young Jade, I loved her character. I have no gripes about young Jade at all. I liked it. Rebellious, like I funk with her heavy, like real talk. I like it. Now, this character here, adult Jade, guys, all I'm about to say right now is no shade to the actress that played her. She played her part really well, but I'll tell you right now, I could not stand this character, period. I do not like the adult Jade at all. Maybe if I talk to this and I start remembering stuff, maybe I'll think of things that I legitimately like. But no, I didn't like a single thing. Let me say why. Okay, let me backtrack a little bit. Let me say why. Okay, so adult Jade, she's a mother now. She's talking to a dude. She has a daughter. Okay, gotcha. Right. We see her in the beginning. She's studying the zombies, which are called the Zeros in this one. Okay. She's studying them, kind of basically learning their stuff, whatever. But like, but the thing I didn't like about this character, right? And I already kind of knew, like, right off the bat, like, this is probably gonna be like a character that's that's worse than the T virus, like real talk, is that she might as well been a walking T virus, like real talk. Like everywhere she went, somebody got hurt or killed. Everywhere she went, she was either the last one to survive or something tragic happened and a lot of people died. Okay, I swear, and of course, because she's the main character, she got away. I got you, tracking, blah, 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 blah. But I swear to God, I might as well just call her T-Jade for the love of God, because she's a walking T-virus in this. Like in Warzone, we would call people like a walking 3K, back then a walking 4K, because it used to be $4,000 to revive people back. I swear to God, this girl is a walking T-virus, bro. And I know I keep saying that, but everywhere she went, she got somebody died when she was, you could look at her, you died. Now, speaking of which, let me go over and this has to deal with her. This is my most painful death in the entire show for me. My most painful. I was so heartbroken when this happened. You remember on the episode when Jade and the pregnant doctor, cutie by the way, I think me saying that, you guys already know where I'm going with this. They did some little experiment, whatever, and they actually found this on the Zero that was like a mother Zero, as they call it. She was one giving commands and stuff like that in the cell, in the little cages and shit, you know what I'm saying? Right? So they're going through all that, and then she finds out a little something, and she's like, okay, and then she finds out like a little part of it, whatever. When she dumped in a little water thing, the virus moved away, and if you put it a certain way, the virus, attract. So she was like, okay, maybe if we can like do something with this, it can keep the Zeros off of us or away from us. Okay, cool concept. I get it. I'm tracking. Resident Evil writers, producers, whatever. I'm locked in. I got what you're saying. Okay, cool. You're not saying it's secure, but you're saying basically this can keep the Zeros off of us. Okay, roger that. Tracking. Keep going. I think it was like the lady doctor said they're gonna continue this, whatever. I want to say they were like, okay, we'll continue this tomorrow. We'll see if we can get help. Something along those lines. Miss Jade here just could not freaking wait. This was a breakthrough thing. She just had to freaking do it by herself. So she goes out there, takes a freaking little canoe. Okay, I know it's not a canoe, guys. Bear with me. I'm just being dramatic. So a canoe. She goes out, get this outside of the ship in the water, grabs the Zero. The Zero almost gets her. She freaking, stabs it, whatever, knocks it out. Brings it on the ship full of people that are survivors, not infected, no nothing. Mind you, her daughter is also on this ship. Let's keep that in mind, right? Her daughter's on this ship. Mind you, her daughter was doing this little recital and everything like that, and she legit walked out of there because of the experiment, all that stuff like that. So like, whatever. I'm getting the picture. I get it. You're assigned to, and like to me right there, that just showed like, yeah, that is a daughter of Wesker. Okay, I'm talking to people who probably already seen the show. If you guys didn't know, Billy and Jade are actually spawns of Wesker in a sense, and we'll go more into that when we talk about Wesker actually after Jade. So, what? I'm working here. What? If you guys didn't know, I have a dog and he just interrupted me. I'll show more of that in a later video as well. But anyway, so let's continue on. Miss Jade here goes out, get the zombies, right? Well, get the Zero, brings her on the ship, ties it up. Now she wants to try out an experiment on if this thing that she found out would work. The daughter walks in. Okay, the daughter walks in. She's saying, Mom, what are you doing? Such and such. She's trying to reassure her daughter like she has a plan. She figured out something. She wants to try it out. I can't remember what Jade does. I can't remember if she injected herself with it or something like that. I don't know. Mind you, keep in mind, her daughter's in this freaking room. She goes to the Zero. Of course, just like any other movie, we can predict, yeah, that ain't gonna work. The freaking Zero breaks loose, basically showing that, yeah, that ain't ish. Get the F out of here. That's a weak behind Hadouken that you try to pull on me. And moves to Jade, pushes her out the way. And look, guys, I don't know how many times Jade has been pushed or knocked down, and she's like, "Oh God, help me!" Like, I don't know what the F it is with this girl. Like, guys, I can't stand her character. Adult Jade, weakest main character I probably ever witnessed in a show. I don't know. So anyway, now this Zero, this zombie is now what this zombie's doing now is running after the daughter, chasing her throughout the ship. What does Jade do? Still dazed, hit her head. Oh God, where am I? I'm telling you guys right now, I'm not a papa. I'm not. But I swear to you, literally have to maybe put a bullet in my head to where I'm I am dead, to at least not keep me from moving. She was, and like this Zero was chasing her daughter for like a hot little second. Keep on going. Her daughter finds people, on the ship, and who does she run into first? The gorgeous doctor, who, mind you, what I didn't say, is pregnant with the person from a person that's on the ship. She goes, as soon as she runs in her arms, I was like, oh no. I literally said, oh no, because I didn't see anyone there with a gun. I didn't see the security, nothing. I was like, oh no. She runs into her. Zero said F the daughter, went right to the lady that's pregnant. the doctor. As soon as the Zero tackled her, I was like, it's a wrap. Before the zombie was even biting her neck, chewing it like I chew up Popeye's chicken, I was like, this girl's a wrap. And the next camera view, the next little panoramic, whatever view, was us showing the zombie that it was eating her up. Guys, I'm telling you, that death broke my heart. It broke my heart because I was so peed off at Jade. I was like, you got someone else killed, except yourself. Except yourself. If I wanted any person in this show to die more than any, and I'm not being ruthless. There is someone in a show or in a movie that we watch and we want them to die. No ifs, ands, or buts, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat this crap. When I watch a horror movie, a lot of them is comedy to me, and I love getting scared. You know, I'm naming. And there's some. I even play some video games and look like this person needs to die. They're being stupid. I even said it to myself as the main character. I'm looking like I'm doing all this. I should die. Like real talk. But of course, they gotta survive. You gotta do what you gotta do. Right then and there, I was like, this girl's gotta die. I don't care if she's the main character. End it right now. Let her death be it. I don't care. Like, let Umbrella win. Like, I was so freaking upset. Like, I'm being dramatic, you know. But anyway, so that happened, and of course, you know, the dad, you know, the boyfriend, of course, is upset. Grabs a gun, pulled it at Jade because Jade walked out of there finally, out of her freaking dizzy state. Walked out and said, oh my God, it's my fault, which I will appreciate. She actually told the truth. She said, it was my fault. I brought the Zero on the ship, such and such. Of course, he didn't want to hear. He aimed the gun at her, was about to kill her, but of course, Jade's man came to the rescue, moved it out of the way. And I'm gonna be real with you. If I was him, I probably would do the same thing. Like, you really just brought that thing on the ship. Your intention was not to save anybody. It was to kill us. Like, what was you thinking? Like, you could at least brought some security, some stuff like that, explain to the ship, like, hey, this is what's gonna happen. You know, like, put maybe some people on one side of the ship, put like the security and whatever on the other side of the ship, and see if we can make this happen. So if the Zero does get away or tries to attack, we can, you know, kill it, get rid of it, whatever. And if someone happens to get bit, I'm pretty sure a lot of security, whatever, we prepared for it. Then they know, like, okay, he's infected. We got to kill him. Carry on about the plan of the day, whatever. All right, come on, we got to think smart instead of just not telling nobody and bring it on the freaking ship, guys. Man, I'm sorry. Like I said, adult Jade. Period, point blank, stupid. And the last part about Jade that I didn't like, which I'm kind of like biased on this because I kind of understand it a little bit. So later on, as the season goes on, the last episode, she tells her daughter, hey, if she doesn't come back, you know, get off the ship and leave, such and such like that. Everything turned out okay after Umbrella, all that stuff like that. You know, she got back on the ship and then they realized her daughter's gone. Basically following what her mom said. Her mom finally reaches her later on, you know, I'm skipping a lot of parts, but you guys get it. They reach it. And then of course, she gets her daughter, she's there with her daughter, and Umbrella ends up coming. You know, some security, and then adult Billy comes into play. And now it's like a freaking standoff, you know, like the cowboy standoff, you know, or they say Mexican standoff, I don't know what they call it now, but you know, the standoff, you know, the draw, all that stuff like that. Jade's holding a gun at her sister. You got freaking these other security aiming the gun at her. You got freaking her daughter right here on her hip. You know, Billy and Jade are going back and forth like sisters, whatever, like girls, I don't know. And then of course you have, at this point, I'm not gonna lie to you. At this point, when I first thought about it, I was like, Jade, pull the trigger. Now, that's me thinking at the moment. And this is the one thing I will say Jade did smart. She didn't. Because now think about it. She pulls the trigger, she kills her sister. Cool. All right, cool. Umbrella ain't done yet. We all know every time we see someone in Umbrella, we think the head person, there's always someone above. Okay? Really, they're saying that Billy's the one who's running Umbrella right now. We don't know that. We don't know that, okay? And we will never know that because I know the show got canceled. I actually found out yesterday. But anyway, so that ended up happening. So what ends up happening at that point, Billy pulls out her gun because Jade puts her gun down, was willing to accept her fate, you know, say, hey, take me, leave my daughter. Billy wasn't having that. She shot her sister, not in the head, to kill her, basically to incapacitate her, if that's the right word. Grabs her daughter and they move away and they kidnap her daughter, basically. Okay, so I was like, okay, I get that that's smart. I was like, Billy, I'm kind of surprised you didn't kill your sister. I don't know, like, you're with Umbrella, whatever. She didn't kill her sister, she just incapacitated her, grabbed her daughter, kidnapped her, and moved. When in actuality, if Jade did pull the trigger, Billy would be dead, but also not only with Jade, but also her daughter, because we all know the security Umbrella is not gonna leave people alive like that unless they're ordered to. So okay, so they got away with her daughter. Whatever. How it's ended is how it's gonna stay because the show got canceled. We won't know what happened, which I'm actually cool with. Okay, so that's my big thing with adult Jade. Didn't like her character, period. On that episode when the doctor died, I wanted her dead, period. Everywhere Jade went, she got somebody killed. I'm gonna call her the walking T-virus. Bam, done. Next, okay, now this is the big one. I'm sorry, you know how my reviews are, guys. You know how it is. Next, Wesker. Albert Wesker in this show. Now, guys, I could go on a big, this is just a review, guys. This is just a review. So I don't want to be in a long tangent about Wesker, who this person really is, the twins and his offsprings, all that stuff like that. I'm not going to go too deep into it. I might as well call this man Blade, because we all saw that scene of like the actual Wesker, and he walked in, homie had the hair, it was basically a flat top, sunglasses, and of course he had this trench coat. That was like the only thing, that and the sunglasses, that was like the only thing of Wesker that was Wesker, was the sunglasses and his coat, you know, the trench coat that you saw in Resident Evil 5. That was it, okay? Guys, now look at here, I don't want to bring race into a lot of things, because, you know, I get it. I don't want to be one of the, I was like, I'm not gonna be that type of dude, because, you know, a lot of things aren't race things, you know, I get it, whatever, you know, I'm not saying whatever as if it's not a big deal, because it is. But in this particular situation, if you're gonna make a character be a character or resemble someone from a game or whatever that nature, they gotta look alike, okay? Wesker, if you want to bring race, Wesker has to be white. I'm sorry, like now if they brought in Sheva and she wasn't black, that'd be a different story. I'm like, that'd be the same kind of thing. Like, that's not Sheva, what the hell? So like come on now. So you gotta bring in someone who looks like Wesker. If you're going to say the legendary name Albert Wesker, you gotta have someone who looks like him, because I don't know about y'all, but in my entire Resident Evil fandom of villains, Wesker is my favorite, okay? And I'm pretty sure he's a lot of people's favorite. I was kind of upset that he died in Resident Evil 5. I mean, he had to go eventually, I get it, but I'm like, dang, now no more Wesker, you know what I'm saying? But like, regardless of that, he was my favorite. He's my favorite. The coolest villain, you name it, powerful, awesome, whatever. All right. So I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, when I heard that he was Wesker, I was immediately like, huh, whoa, okay. Now don't get me wrong, I love the actor. Love the actor. I forgot his first name, but I think his last name is Reddick, something like that. Great actor, not shaming him whatsoever. I actually saw on Netflix series that he was upset that, you know, they canceled it. He said all the actors worked their behinds off. I'm sure y'all did. I'm not gonna blame the actors for what they did. Like, no, like the writers, producers, they're the ones, the people behind the scenes, of course. But the actors had a job, they did it, they executed it well. Okay, I'm not gonna shame the actors or anything. I actually loved all the actors and everything. It's just, me thinking from a Resident Evil fan standpoint, from a video game standpoint, come on now. All right, I'm gonna just say that. Okay, so we went through all the characters. We had Evelyn, young Billy, adult Billy, young Jade, adult Jade, and Albert Wesker. Okay, now we're gonna talk about the enemies in the game. I keep saying game because, like, you know me, guys, I'm a big fan of Resident Evil. All right, speaking of Resident Evil, I'm really looking forward to that DLC of Resident Evil Village. I'm looking forward to that. Zombies. There's really not much to say about those. They're like the basic characters or the basic villains or anything, your basic obstacle in a Resident Evil game, you know what I'm saying? But they call them zeros, okay? Which, okay, I kind of mess with that. You know what I'm saying? Zeros. Okay, I funks with that. All right, I funks with that name. There's really not much to be said about them. I mean, they were there. You know what I'm saying? The basic obstacle if you're making anything about Resident Evil, a zombie has to be there. Come on, all right? There's really not much to say about them. I didn't mind them. They look like your basic zombies. They actually ran, which I was like, okay, they didn't walk. So they actually ran, okay? Now, of course, I'm thinking in my head, like, okay, this is some odd years after the original Raccoon City happened, right? So I'm like, okay, maybe the virus, grew. Okay, these things got to run now. You know what I'm saying? Because there was no inkling of, this, like, Ouroboros, what's I'm thinking of, the parasites, like Resident Evil 4 and everything like that. I didn't see anything that was kind of related to that in this. It was just, there's different virus, zombies, you name it, they had their thing. But I didn't see anything that was indicating of that. Like I said, guys, I didn't see this. I haven't seen this until like when it first came out. So like if I forgot some stuff, please correct me in the comments and let me know. Because you know me, I love talking to you guys in the comments. It's fun. All right. Next, we got the Mother Zero. So there was an episode where Jade was actually trying to figure out these zombies, thinking like, okay, well, eventually they're gonna have to evolve and all that stuff like that. And just like human beings, they're gonna grow and do what they got to do, and they're gonna need like a leader. So of course in this episode there was a Mother Zero, as they called it. Was she like whatever she said the zombies would do, and when she was like trapped up in the cage in the cage with one guy from Umbrella. Guys, I'm gonna tell you guys that I thought that guy was Jack Black when I first saw him. I'm not gonna BS you guys, like, because when he first appeared on the camera, I didn't see like his face when he was walking. I was like, oh, Jack Black. I'll be honest with you, I had a stupid moment, or blonde moment, as you guys people will say, whatever. So she was trapped in there with him, and then she sees that she's watching him, And in my head, I'm like, okay, what's going on here? What's going on here? I'm locked in. Again, I'm locked in. You got me again. And then she started to see like, okay, so they're following what she says. And then of course, you know, that's how she cut off the head and all that stuff like that. And it's continuing on the episode, whatever. So I kind of like that idea that, okay, eventually the zombies are gonna need like a leader. They're gonna do their thing. They're growing. You know what I'm saying? That they're growing. They're starting to be a little bit more smart. They're not mindless. They're not mindless zombies. I funks with it. I funks with it. I can mess with that. I can grab onto it. I can lock in with it, right? The only thing is, this is me as a Resident Evil fan. The only time I seen like anything that like had some like smart or like had a brain to it was when it was the parasite, right? That was, you know, Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 5. You know, that's what I'm thinking, like smart, like intelligence. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Intelligence. When I'm thinking of zombies or zeros, I'm not thinking of that. Okay, but I like where they were going with it. I'm not gonna shame it too much. I got it. I mean, the part didn't really last long, but I kind of see why they put the Mother Zero, and then it carried on with the next episodes. We know, you know, how like, okay, if we grab this, whatever, you know, the virus goes away, virus comes in, Zero comes on the ship, you know, the pretty doctor dies, blah blah blah. All right, so next, the Lickers. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We had one episode with the Lickers. I freaking loved them. I'm not gonna lie. Now I like the idea of them. I like how they introduced them. You know, the guy was like, you know, they're on that little convoy, right? And the guy was like, you guys need to be quiet. Such and such, do not make a single sound. When he was saying that, I'm looking like, okay, this is it. Because in this entire time, I'm looking for like, we saw zeros, we saw zombies, blah blah blah. But I'm waiting for like Lickers or anything. We saw the little caterpillar, which I actually will talk about that, you know, in a little bit. But freaking, we saw that, so I'm looking like, okay. Like, I want to see something. I see too many zombies. I get it. Walking Dead, we see them all. And we also end up seeing the dog too, of course, yeah. So, the Lickers, guys, I'm gonna let you guys know right now. The Lickers, and there's one more enemy that actually they did really well in, I'm not gonna lie. All right, so the Lickers, they did it really well. The CGI for them, all that stuff was really great. There, as you guys can see right there, really great. You didn't see too much of them. Like you saw them, and like you already know, you gotta walk around the Lickers because they can't see. They can't see, but they can hear. Okay, so you got to be quiet. So I like their portrayal. I like how they introduced them. They only had one episode, basically. I was like, dang, but I was like, okay, cool. You know, and they did some damage. You know what I'm saying? And of course, some way, somehow, a lot of the Umbrella peeps survived that. But I mean, I don't know, whatever. Because I thought there was a lot of them, but Umbrella took care of them. But of course, you got the people in the convoy. All of them died except for Jade and a family. That was it. Okay. And of course the little big dude, bald dude with the tattoos, he ended up being killed, you know, later on by the spider, which we'll go over that next too. All right, next, the dog, Cerberus. You see him, you see the dog, and I think it was like a couple episodes, but it was like mainly flashbacks, and of course that was really the only time you see it, and that's how young Billy got infected was because of the dog. Okay, I will say, I don't know about y'all, but the CGI on the dog was kind of odd. It was kind of weird. Like, you knew it was. I'm being honest, it was trash. Okay, it was trash. I'm sorry. Like, freaking the Paul W.S. Anderson movies, those dogs were legit fire. Like, come on, man. Like, and a lot of us as a Resident Evil community, we ish on those movies. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Of all those movies, I did enjoy 1 and 2. Not gonna lie, I did enjoy those. And then the rest of them kind of did their thing, you know, and they carried on. But I did love the soundtracks on all those movies, though. They did good on those. We have the dogs. I'm not gonna go too much into it because I mean, like, the way they introduced the dogs, I liked it. And then of course as it went on, I'm like, okay, the CGI on it is kind of poor. I wasn't feeling it too much. Anyway, next you have the caterpillar, okay, which is in the very first episode that you see Jay's running from him, and I was like, okay, cool. I actually did like his entrance of it, mainly because I was like, okay, when I'm thinking Resident Evil, I'm thinking not only zombies, but I'm thinking of some other stuff, you know. And to see that right here, I was actually happy about that. I was like, okay, cool. So now we actually see some big animal-like creature, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, cool. And it's the first episode, so I'm not gonna lie, they did pretty well with the first episode to like kind of like get you in a little bit. So I did enjoy that part. The caterpillar, the CGI for the caterpillar was actually not bad. It was, when I think of the caterpillar, I was thinking of that big worm from not Friday. I was thinking of the big worm from Code Veronica that you actually fight. You fight and you actually kill when you're playing as Chris later in the game. I was actually thinking of that. I was kind of thinking like, okay, that could be it. I was probably thinking of the caterpillar that you saw in Resident Evil 3, and then I was like, okay, okay, got it. I mean, the caterpillar, there's really not much to say about it. He had like a bit part because he got lit up in that episode, but it did glue me in. I was like, okay, cool. Now we actually see like some creatures. Okay, I like it. I like where they're going. So I didn't mind the caterpillar too much. The spider. I actually enjoyed the spider. You only see one. You only see one, and he kills the first dude really quick. And then of course the family guy, that not the family guy, but you know, the dad of who was with Jade after the convoy and everything got funked up by the liquors and everything. He wanted to go save the day, go out there, because I think he was, did he say, yeah, I think he was infected. I want to say, was he? I can't remember. I can't remember. Like I said, I can't remember, guys. I can't remember. But I was like, but he ends up going. He thought he defeats the spider, but no, the spider gets back up and claps him in his cheeks. Like, not right here, actually. You'd be surprised, not right there. Not that part. No, he actually turned around and actually beat him. And then he turned around, took his guard off. And then the snake was like, you thought, you know, just like, you know, the typical movie villain, whatever. So yeah, so freaking, I actually did enjoy the spider. I did enjoy the spider. I really was hoping that it kind of looked like the spider in Resident Evil 2. It was a big spider. We got a big spider, but not the spider that I was hoping to see. But I did enjoy seeing it for what it was worth. Okay, considering that we didn't get the spiders in Resident Evil 2 remake, which I am upset about still. But anyway. The spiders wasn't too bad. He was Brit part. Okay, I'm still gonna talk about this. Lisa Trevor. So you see her in the flashback of the episode where young Billy and young Jade are looking through the files of Wesker in the house and everything like that. And they find the files of the old Raccoon City. So that just proves I did like that episode, because it actually showed like, okay, the pictures of when Raccoon City got nuked, all that stuff. They had videos of other stuff, and then they put in one video, and it was when someone was recording Albert Wesker, and he said if she so much as sudden shoot the B word, whatever, right? That. So you see Lisa Trevor. Okay, I kind of like that part of seeing Lisa, but like the little part where like they zoomed in, it was the eye, guys. That part looks so fake. I'm like, come on, bro. I don't know, like guys, I know it's fake, I know, but like in movies these days, you can make fake things look real AF. And like that little part of Lisa was like, come on, like seeing Lisa herself was cool. When they zoomed in and you saw like the eye pop out, or like the eye open up, I'm looking like, what the, like that look, whatever, guys. You know what I'm getting at. I didn't like that little portion, whatever, but I did like seeing Lisa. You know, that was cool. Okay, that was cool seeing Lisa. All right, even though to me, I really don't want to consider her a villain because her story is really sad. So I have two more enemies I want to talk about. Now, I'm usually all about ending it on a good note. I mean, I'm not saying ending it like the whole. I still got some stuff to talk about. But when it comes, this is the section of the enemies, right? I'll start off in this particular moment. I'll start off with the good one. The next enemy, the alligator. Guys, I really enjoyed the alligator. I did. The crocodile, alligator, you name it, alligator. I enjoyed his part in there. The freaking good guys used that alligator as basically a weapon against Umbrella, and it worked. That alligator, you name it. I loved how he looked. I loved his size. Pause. He was the biggest thing, pause, that you can see in this show that was like ruthless, that was, you name it, like he's an alligator, dude. It's a freaking dinosaur. You name it. Like that's probably what the alligators were way back when, million years ago. We all know they were huge AF. But bro, that I loved seeing that. I'm like, okay, cool, the alligator, bro. I'm glad they put him in the show. I'm glad, and they actually didn't do too bad with him. The only part I didn't like, okay, now guys, I love kids. You guys do remember when Jay's daughter, I completely forgot the little girl's name. Jay's daughter, she go by herself, and the alligator ends up catching up, you know, to her. The alligator does this thing and is moving around the island, and it catches up to her. It sees her. She's running. She trips. We all know that meme. Ladies are always tripping over nothing. All that stuff like that. She trips. She falls. She's looking at the alligator. The alligator's looking like it's about to eat her up. Now, I'm not saying that I want to see the alligator eat the child. No. What I am saying is, let's be realistic here. In real life, that thing wouldn't care. In Resident Evil fandom, whatever, the alligator enemies, whatever, wouldn't care. Now, we all know I haven't seen a child get like eaten or anything in Resident Evil type stuff. I'm not gonna count like the Cerberus eating or biting Billy. I'm not gonna count that. But it's like, if you played Resident Evil 2, when you played as Sherry, the zombies didn't bite Sherry. They just vomited on her. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, got it. I don't want to see a child get eaten up. I don't want to see that. But like you can imply it. like come on, like you can imply be like, yeah, she didn't survive, but of course, you know, it's a movie, you're not gonna have the child of the main character die like that. No. But when I saw that, I'm looking like, okay, the alligator's about to mess her up, or either I'm thinking that, or like a miraculous miraculous save, right? Now the save really didn't even need to happen, because if you guys saw, the alligator calmed down a little bit when I thought it was gonna eat the girl, and the girl, I think, was like reaching out, almost about to pet the alligator, something like that, I don't know, and the alligator legit just stopped. And then in my head, I'm like, all right, come on now, we're talking about an alligator here, we're talking about a prehistoric thing that's affected with umbrella, whatever, and mainly it got bigger and it's just freaking ruthless AF. That thing gave no F's, and to see a child and it's like, I'ma calm down now, bro. Nah, dude, I don't know. That's the only part I was kind of like, what? But I mean, come on now, like I'll be realistic here. I know they weren't gonna show that on camera or anything like that. You gotta do what you gotta do. But I didn't want to see that little girl get clapped like that. That's wrong. It's not her fault that she's the daughter of Jade, the worst main character in the show I've ever seen. But anyway, so I did like the alligator. Okay, next. All right, guys, this right here blew my mind, but it blew my mind on just how garbage it looked. The Tyrant, guys. That ish was so trash. Like, dude, they got the head right. I'm thinking about, okay, looks like it. They got the body, I guess, somewhat okay. And of course, you're trying to mimic the very first Tyrant that was, you know, in the first Resident Evil. I got it. But dude, the claw, that's the main feature of the Tyrant, is the claw. And I'm not talking about Jim Carrey, the claw. Not talking about that. I'm talking about the claw. That thing is a signature feature of the Tyrant. Not only is the height of the Tyrant just how fearful it looks, but when you look at it, that claw is his main weapon. Like that is a deadly thing. That thing looked like a hand with longer nails. What the fuck was that? That ish was so trash. And then the little part that they had when like the whole umbrella facility like collapsed and all that stuff like that, and the last thing you see is like him reaching out. Like, what the fuck is this? Rawhead Rex? And if you don't know what Rawhead Rex is, you're missing a classic movie. You know, it reaches out, and I'm like, okay, of course the Tyrant's not dead. The Tyrant's not gonna die from that. Come on. Like that was God, that was so trash. I'm really glad that they canceled the show, because I'm gonna go more into that. I don't want to get off topic. I'm gonna go more into that. But like the Tyrant, trash. The design, everything. The way they introduced him, I funks with it. She said, I need you to help me with one other project, whatever. They made a little reveal. Now in that reveal, she said she wanted to help you with another project. I was thinking two things. I was thinking either Nemesis or Tyrant. When Evelyn made that reveal to Wesker, like she needed his help to work on one thing, and it's like a big project or something like that. I was thinking the Nemesis or Tyrant. I was thinking either one of those two. Something in my head was like, okay, this is about to be a big reveal. She's about to open up some curtains, whatever. I'm looking like, okay, which one is it? And as soon as she opened up and I see like a tube and what it looked like inside, I was like, Tyrant, got it. I felt like they did my boy Tyrant a disservice with that. Like I feel like they rushed his design. Got it. I'm not even gonna go more into that. Tyrant, trash. Now, so I went through now the story in a nutshell, the characters and the enemies. Now I'm basically gonna just wrap it up in a sense. There's still some more talking points I want to do. So this is basically I'm gonna go with like summary of what I hated the most in the show. Okay, this is me wrapping it up, like what I hated and what I liked about it. What I hated the most in the show, Jade's character. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse on this, because I want to make a super long video of why I don't like her character. I've already explained it when we were talking about Jade, so I'm gonna go ahead and check mark this on my phone. I'm actually gonna put my phone like right here so I can actually remember it. All right, what I hate the most, New Raccoon City. All right, this is a big thing. If this is supposed to take place after the events of Raccoon City, what the fuck was the world thinking of allowing the company that they took down in their heads, that they took down, that caused the Raccoon City incident? What made them or allow Umbrella to be brought back up, try again, and they make a whole new city called New Raccoon City? That city looked so fake, just like the city in the Cat in the Hat movie, all pink and colorful. Now everything here is just all white. No race, no racial, just everything here is just all white, neutral, you name it. Everything looks the same. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, the only thing that looked, I guess, okay, was the school with kids, I guess. I don't know, but the school was controlled by, I mean, we already know Raccoon City was controlled by Umbrella, whatever, in the original. I get it, but like, guys, you literally made a whole new called New Raccoon City. Guys, it's only 2022. Raccoon City happened in 1998. What the fuck? You could be a child or teenager when that happened, and you'll still vividly remember what happened all those years ago. Come on. I was 4 years old in 1998. I would have known what happened at that point. And then at 2022, look at me now. If I heard that type of history and then I saw that, what the fuck? And there are people that legit moved there and everything for a new beginning. Stupid. I hated that writing. That was so piss poor. And I get it, you got to, it's Resident Evil. Come on, it's Resident Evil. I get what you're trying to do. But like, come on, man. Come on. You had the enemies, the creatures, the zombies, you had all that. We did not need to make a new Raccoon City. Because all in my head, I'm thinking, I'm like, how the fuck did Umbrella bounce back? And of course, we all, and like, in Paul W.S. Anderson movies, I get Umbrella's still doing this freaking thing, whatever. In the original game, Umbrella is still technically around, but there's other things that are going on. Okay, technically going around, you know, like Neo Umbrella or a Blue Umbrella, I think it was called. Like, still technically, Umbrella's still doing their thing, I guess. Okay, got it. Okay, but Capcom does an amazing job on like still keep the series going. I'm really proud of how they can do that. Okay, but like, come on, that was so trash. I hate that concept, New Raccoon City. What? Just the name itself is stupid. Like, yeah, you have New York City, but I don't know any place that was called. Let's call this place York. I don't know, but regardless of that, New Raccoon City, that was already stupid how they thought of that. And then you had the same company that was taken out from that and was able to rise up, have all this money and make a whole new city and continue on. What? No sense whatsoever. That was booty cheeks. Next, I'm already gonna check market because we actually talked about Wesker already. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse with that. All right, already, like I said, no hate to the actor. It's like, come on, Wesker was white. You could have made a better Wesker, man. Come on now, like. And like the process of like he had like offsprings and the original Wesker is dead, and then you have these twins, whatever. You already guys know where I'm going with this. All right, the next thing I said I hated the most was the Tyrant. It's like I said, guys, piss poor design. I'm not gonna go too into it. Next I said poor CGI. Okay, but I said except the alligator, the liquor, and the spider wasn't bad. Not gonna beat on that. I just said poor CGI on a lot of things, mainly the dog. Mainly the dog, poor CGI. So those are the main things I hated about the show, okay? And of course I'm gonna do like a summary and everything, like after all this stuff like that. All right, summary of what I enjoyed about the show. Now guys, I get that we're all Resident Evil fans here, but I'm not gonna completely just the show entirely. Like I didn't like anything about it. There are some things I did like about it, okay? There are some things I did like about it. The first thing I wanna say is Umbrella. I did like Umbrella in this. Umbrella is just as ruthless as they are in the games. When I look at Umbrella in this show, that's how I think of Umbrella. Ruthless, do not give a funk about nobody, anything but themselves. And another thing that proved that to me was, you remember the the cute little boy that Jade was talking to and everything, and they went to the Umbrella facility and Evelyn shot him. You know, that was her son. Evelyn shot him after he got bit by Billy. Now, guys, I get it. Realistically thinking, I know why Evelyn did that. I know why Evelyn did that. It's like there's no saving him, whatever. But then, man, if you created, like, come on now, you gotta create like a antivirus or something. I don't know. She didn't try anything. She just said, funk it, bam. And now at that part, I kind of already knew that was gonna happen. But I was like, dang, Evelyn, you really did that to your son, bro? Like, ruthless. So I did enjoy ruthless Umbrella. I did enjoy that. I did enjoy like when I look at them, Umbrella. I got it. I funks with that heavy. I did enjoy Umbrella in this show. I did enjoy that. All right, so we are big fans of Resident Evil here. Obviously, if you guys are here watching this video and everything like that, if you're here just watching me, hey, I appreciate it. But you already know I'm mainly talking to the Resident Evil fans here, you know, like myself and like you, looking at the camera and everything. We wanted to see some Easter eggs or some mention of the game, right? So I put it here as like barely any character from the game you hear or see about. Okay, so you hear William Birkin, you hear his name, William Birkin. His name was said in the show. Okay, Evelyn's son mentioned him when he was like looking up research about Umbrella and all that stuff like that. So William Birkin was mentioned. You know, Wesker was mentioned. Those are the main ones you hear. Wesker and Birkin. You don't really hear about anybody else. Okay, now of course you have Evelyn Marcus, but she wasn't in the game. Her last name is what was in the game, Marcus. You know, James Marcus. You know what I'm saying? So like that's really it. Now there was one thing that I did enjoy. Actually, two things that I did enjoy was when the other Wesker, or like his brother, you know, the twin, you know, like they were in the little coffee shop and eating all that stuff like that. And this man said, yeah, I didn't really like Wesker. You know, that's my dad says like, but he's not alive anymore. He was killed in a volcano. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that little snippet. I was like, okay. And right there, that told me that, okay, Leon exists. Chris Redfield exists. Claire Redfield exists. Ada Wong exists. Speaking of Ada, we'll get into that. Jill Valentine. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is not just like a off-brand blah 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 blah. No, they just didn't mention them. But when he said got killed in a volcano, how did he get killed in a volcano? Wesker and Sheva. Now, lastly, we have what they did a little review. They revealed they did like at the very ending, the very final episode, Wesker tells his daughter saying, "Hey, when you leave here, go find this person, such and such." Now, when he said that, I'm thinking in my head, okay, so this is a perfect opportunity for them to like do one last Easter egg with us because it was the last episode. I'm actually thinking of names. Now, there's only 2 names that popped into my head, like no BS. I was thinking of Ada Wong and Jill Valentine, right? Ada Wong because we know how like she worked with Wesker and everything in Resident Evil 4, whatever like that, right? But then I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why Jill Valentine also came in my head too. Okay, I don't know why she did. Of all the people a Wesker should call on to, not Jill Valentine, you know, of all people, you know, of course, like Chris Redfield, you know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, Leon is definitely not gonna be mentioned. Wesker's not gonna say, hey, get Chris Redfield, like find him. Like, no. Like, so I was thinking Jill Valentine or Ada Wong, I don't know why. But I was leaning more towards Ada Wong, right? I was like, okay, so I was like, who is that contact? At the end of that part, I was like, okay, cool. Wesker's died. All these people died. All right, continue on. I want to see I was like, what name is on this list? They opened it up, and it's Ada Wong. I was like, okay, cool. At this point in time, I'm already thinking, I'm like, okay, like if this doesn't get enough traction, they're not gonna make a season 2. So, but if they do, I'm definitely gonna watch it and see how Ada comes into play. So no, of course that didn't happen. But I did enjoy that. So there was like little tiny hints of that. Of them mentioning the game and all that stuff like that. I was like, okay, cool. That was all right. And I did like the little subtle, you know, they mentioned William Birkin, they mentioned, you know, Wesker getting killed in a volcano. So I was like, okay, so the characters did exist, but they have no relation on inkling on any of this. But like with Ada Wong being in the mix, I'm like, okay, cool. If the show was allowed to continue, they probably would have done something. But you know, us as fans, we would have been like, okay, yeah, whatever, let's not continue this. All right, but that was like there was like barely any mention about characters or anything in the game a little bit, but there you had onesies and twosies here and there. So that I did enjoy that. Any video game that you guys play and they make a movie or a show, you're gonna want to see Easter eggs of the actual game. You're gonna want to see some Easter eggs in there. Okay. I'm not gonna go over that. I said how the lickers and the alligators look. I'm not gonna go over that. I've repeated myself on that. And then the last thing I did enjoy the music. I did. Some of the music choices in the show was actually not bad. I actually fell in love with 2 songs that was in the show. What songs were they? Let me actually go back. Go to my Spotify playlist. No, there was 3. There was 3. When I Was Older by Billie Eilish. I actually did enjoy that song. I'm waiting for my phone to do its freaking thing. There we go. I enjoyed that song. I enjoyed Devil by 2 Feet. I did enjoy that song. And there was a song called Get Out by Yonaka. That was probably my favorite song in there. And that was when, like, you know, Jade escapes from that little place she was captured. Her sister let her go. And as she was running out, that song played. I did enjoy that. So I did enjoy the music in the show. I did enjoy that. Some of their music choices was not bad. Those are my top 3 that I did like. All right. So in conclusion, to wrap up this entire video, is the show really that bad? Okay. Now, guys, as you guys all know, and you guys all subscribe to me, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna talk more about, you know, subscribers and all that stuff like that in next video or something like that, because I do want to talk to you guys. What is the show really that bad? Okay. Yes and no. Yes and no. Okay. Yes, because the Resident Evil name is attached. That is what ruined it. In my opinion, that's what ruined this show. Was that the Resident Evil name was attached to this. If this was its own separate show, right? If you did this, if you changed the name Resident Evil, if you changed the name Umbrella, if you changed the name Wesker, if you changed, not zombies are universal. If you changed some of the enemies and made it your own thing, whatever, could the show have been successful? I think so, because you gotta think, there's a lot of zombie shows and everything that are out there, and a lot of them are successful, okay? Because let's be real, a lot of us love zombies. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're the basic, like, obstacle horror movie villain, you name it. Excuse me, my apologies. So, like, yes, I did enjoy the show if the Resident Evil name wasn't attached, okay? And I gotta think about this, you know, realistically and everything, okay? So the show, is that bad? Yes, because the name Resident Evil name is attached, and it was supposed to be a show about the game that we all know and love, you name it. Now, and is the show that bad? No, if you just take off a lot of relations to the, to the show. Like, the actors were great, the atmosphere and everything was great. The idea is not bad, okay? But it's just because the Resident Evil name was attached to it, then that was the show's main downfall, okay? So yeah, I'm not gonna just ish on the show entirely because, let's be real, is the show trash? Yes. Like, yeah, it is. Let me just say, yeah, it is. It is garbage, and it's garbage in my head is because they're trying to basically go into like what the future is of the name Resident Evil. Like, this is what is happening now. No, I'm not with it. I'm not with it. And the main reason I'm not with it is because the game is telling an entirely different story than this. Okay, I'm following the game. Okay, 100%, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And if you're a Resident Evil fan, you should too. That's like Resident Evil Bible, whatever. If what it was started as a game, the game is canon. Period. Okay, the company that made it are the ones that tell it's canon. For example, the CGI movies, those are canon. Capcom made them. People that are actually working on the game worked on those movies. That's canon. They've even said that. Okay, so those are canon. Okay, these of course are not. Okay, but I did like the idea of them trying to see about making it forward and everything. They executed poorly. Whatever. Okay, so the show, yeah, being a Resident Evil show, yes, it's bad. Okay, but I do want to ask you guys this, and then I'll end the video right here. Okay, us gamers, and you guys know I'm a gaming channel. That's where the GG comes in the channel name, as we all know. Good game, right? And I'm all about GGs up in here. Okay, if something is a game that you love, bottom of your heart, this generation, Fortnite, my generation, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, right? Games like that, survival horror, anything like that. I'm not trying to knock on this generation with Fortnite. It's just, you guys, it's whatever, it's Fortnite. But let's be real here, right? You make something like that and you make a movie out of it. Do you really want, minus Fortnite, if they made a Silent Hill or Resident Evil, do you really, really, really want it to be an exact following of the game? Like, do you want, like, for Resident Evil 1, right? Resident Evil 1. Do you really want to see a movie of Chris and Jill, or however the heck you play the game, of them running around the mansion, doing the puzzles, doing this, doing that, doing that? Guys, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Me watching a movie like that would be boring to me. Is only because I played it. You get what I'm saying? Now, I don't mind seeing Easter eggs. I don't mind seeing like oh, then that's the room that if you do this, you do that. I don't mind seeing like a safe room with a typewriter. I don't mind seeing that. But like of a legit actor running around in a mansion, finding all this stuff, trying to get out, doing all this stuff like that, legit, that would be boring to me. Okay, and us as survival horror gamers, for us, the fun is finding all that stuff, doing the puzzles, doing that, suffering through a lot of that stuff, dying multiple times and coming back. That's what makes the game enjoyable, right? And of course, you have the cutscenes and stuff like that. You really don't need a movie. So like, I don't mind seeing Easter eggs and stuff like that, but I don't want an exact replica of that. Now, if you made a movie about Resident Evil 4, you can make some things about it, but I'm still gonna be like, I don't want to follow an exact thing that Leon was doing. You would have to switch it up, and that's the reason why gaming movies or video game movies are so hard to actually make. Because as a writer or a director or producer, you're gonna want to make it different, your own spin on it. But then you're also, if you respect the game enough, you want to try to follow the game as much as you can, but they know that it's probably gonna be boring because you played the game. You already know what's gonna happen. You already know what to do, all that stuff like that, right? Like in Resident Evil 2, I don't want to see a movie of Resident Evil 2 and you just see Leon and Claire running around the police station doing all that stuff. I'd rather play the game, And if you're a Resident Evil fan and you disagree with me, hey, agree to disagree. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. It's just, I've already played the game. You know what I'm saying? It started off as a game. Let it be the game. Okay? I don't mind seeing movies of it or okay and everything like that, but I'm gonna judge it harshly or judge it hard because I'm a gamer first. and it started off as a game first, so I'm going to relate it to such. If it started off as a movie and that's what the F it is, and a game came after it, if you guys don't realize it, that is the reason why most most movie games are successful than a gaming show. Or you guys get what I'm saying? Like, if it started off as a movie first and then you made a movie off of it, and you it started off as a gaming first and you made a movie off of it, it's probably not gonna be successful because we're looking at Easter eggs and stuff. We're gonna look for that. But if you start off as a movie and you make a game out of it, you're not only gonna relate it to the movies, but you get to actually interact in that world, when you see the movie. You're gonna, like Spider-Man. I freaking love Spider-Man, the movie game that was on GameCube and PlayStation 2 and all that stuff like that. I freaking enjoyed the funk out of that game. And I saw the movie first. Now, we all know Spider-Man didn't start off as a movie first. I know that. But you guys get where I'm coming from. Like, that game is freaking straight fire. That game is totally, in my opinion, straight fire. And we've seen the movie, but I'm looking, oh, that's a great movie game. I loved it. Now, Street Fighter, the movie, the game, trash fighting game, I know. But still, you guys get where I'm going. Like, 9 times out of 10, a game that is based off of a movie is probably gonna be more successful than vice versa. Okay? Is more than likely gonna go vice versa, because we don't have anything we have a movie to relate to it, and now we're actually playing the game and we're relating to it. We're playing the game and we're immersed in it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why. And then of course, when you start off as a game and then you go in the movie, you can immerse, but then you're gonna be critiquing. As a gamer, your gaming gears are gonna critique the show or the movie. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's not really too fun. When you're playing the game, you're trying to enjoy the game. You can be like, okay, got it. And sometimes the game may add a little bit of extra stuff and everything, and I don't mind that too much. But so yeah, so the show with the Resident Evil name attached, yes, is a bad show. They did poorly, and I'm really glad they did get canceled. Okay, not hating on the actors or actresses that was in this movie. They all did a fantastic job. Not hating on them, period. No. Without the name attached to it or anything related to the game, I think this show could have been successful, but you had to change a lot of stuff for that, you know what I'm saying? And I don't mind zombie shows and stuff like that. You know, I love it. I love it. Keep doing what you're doing. But no, this wasn't it. This wasn't it. But yeah, guys, my apologies, it took me so long to make this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Could you consider this be a review or a rant? Definitely both. But you guys know, when you guys come to my channel, when I do reviews, this is what you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? This is what you're gonna get. I didn't see any other reviewers or anything on this about this show. I'm definitely gonna sit down and watch some of them so I can see their different points of views. I actually do love doing that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed me talking. It's gonna be a decently length video. I'm gonna try to shorten as much as I can to keep everything, you know, all well intact. But yeah, guys, thanks very much for watching. I'm sorry this took so long. I'm sure you guys understand. I'm also gonna make a video and explain it to you guys and talk to you guys about some stuff as well. And then we're gonna kick off with some gaming videos and start kicking things off and hopefully get to this channel where it can go. But thank you guys so very much for watching. I love you guys. Make sure you guys dab up that like button. Subscribe if you only to join the Griff gang. This is Griffin, Sound reminding me, Silent Home Professionals. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care.